Ever walked into a store for toothpaste and came out with a Bluetooth speaker, a soy candle, and 3 chocolate bars? Yeah, same. That's not an accident. It's a carefully orchestrated dance, a subtle manipulation of the very wiring of your brain. We often think of ourselves as rational beings, making conscious choices, especially when it comes to parting with our hard-earned cash. But the retail environment, much like the cosmos itself, is filled with unseen forces, subtle energies, and psychological phenomena designed to guide your trajectory, often towards the checkout counter with more than you intended. Today we embark on a journey not through distant galaxies, but into the equally fascinating universe of consumer psychology. I'll show you 5 psychological tricks, elegant in their simplicity yet powerful in their effect, that brands use to make you spend more. These aren't just clever marketing slogans, they are strategies rooted in decades of behavioral science, designed to tap into your primal instincts, your social needs, and your cognitive biases. And the most astonishing part? Your brain, that magnificent 3-pound universe between your ears, often falls for it every single time, often without you even realizing the cosmic strings being pulled. So, buckle up. We're about to explore the hidden architecture of desire, the subtle nudges that turn a window shopper into a buyer, and a planned purchase into a spontaneous splurge. By understanding these mechanisms, you're not just becoming a savvier consumer, you're gaining a deeper insight into the human mind itself. Knowledge, as always, is power. And in the retail cosmos, it's the power to choose, consciously and deliberately. Let's begin our exploration. Consider the vastness of the universe, where true scarcity often defines the value of elements or phenomena. In the world of retail, this cosmic principle is artfully replicated. When something seems limited, when its availability is constrained, our desire for it intensifies, sometimes irrationally. This is the scarcity principle at play. Think about those limited time offers, the flash sales that pop up with an urgent countdown, or the only 3 left in stock notifications. These aren't just informational tidbits, they are carefully crafted triggers designed to ignite a specific response in your brain, a primal fear of missing out, often referred to as FOMO. This psychological mechanism is deeply embedded. Our ancestors, navigating a world of finite resources, learned that scarce things, be it food, shelter, or mates, were often crucial for survival. If something was rare, it was likely valuable, and hesitation could mean losing out to a competitor. Brands tap into this ancient wiring. The limited edition sneaker, the seasonal coffee flavor, the concert tickets that sell out in minutes, they all create a perceived urgency. Your brain interprets this manufactured scarcity as a signal: act now, or this unique opportunity will vanish into the cosmic void forever. It's a powerful call to action. The cleverness lies in how this urgency bypasses our more rational thought processes. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for careful deliberation and long-term planning, can be momentarily sidelined by the amygdala's more immediate emotional response to potential loss. Suddenly, the question isn't, do I truly need this? But can I bear the thought of not having it when it's gone? The countdown timer isn't just measuring seconds, it's applying psychological pressure, shrinking your decision-making window and amplifying the perceived value of the item in question. It's a race against a clock that marketing set. But here's the cosmic truth, it's rarely that urgent. Most limited offers are part of a calculated marketing cycle. Another sale will come, another exclusive item will appear. The universe of consumer goods is ever expanding, not contracting. Understanding this allows you to pause, take a breath, and assess whether the scarcity is genuine or a cleverly constructed illusion designed to accelerate your journey to the checkout. The stars will still be there tomorrow, and often so will that must-have item or something very much like it. Humans are inherently social creatures. We navigate the cosmos not as solitary wanderers but as members of complex societies. This social nature has a profound impact on our decision-making, a phenomenon known as social proof. In essence, we look to others to determine what is correct, what is desirable, what is safe. When uncertain, we often outsource our judgment to the collective, assuming that if many people are doing something, it must be the right thing to do. Brands understand this gravitational pull of the crowd intimately. Think about the last time you shopped online. What did you look for? Chances are, customer reviews played a significant role. Those 5-star ratings, the glowing testimonials, the sheer number of positive comments, They all serve as powerful social proof. If hundreds of people love this product, your brain reasons, then it must be good. I'll probably love it too. Influencer shoutouts operate on a similar principle, leveraging the trust and admiration followers have for a particular personality. Bestseller badges on books or products, pure social proof signaling widespread adoption and by implication quality or value. This reliance on social cues is an evolutionary shortcut. In a complex world, we can't possibly evaluate every single choice from first principles. Observing others' behavior and its outcomes saved our ancestors time and energy, and often kept them from harm. If the tribe avoided certain berries, you avoided them too. If a particular hunting ground was popular, it likely yielded results. Marketers tap into this by creating the perception of widespread approval and desirability, making you feel more confident and often more compelled to follow suit. However, the cosmic dance of social proof has a shadow side. Sometimes the crowd isn't wise, it's just a crowd. Marketing can manufacture the appearance of popularity. Astroturfing, fake reviews, inflated follower counts, or strategically highlighted testimonials can create a misleading consensus. The brain's heuristic, if everyone's buying it, it must be good, is a useful starting point, but it's not infallible. Sometimes it's true, reflecting genuine quality. Other times, it's just exceptionally effective marketing, a carefully constructed constellation of endorsements designed to guide your purchasing orbit. Chapter 3. Anchors, a way-setting sail on a sea of perceived value. Our perception of value, much like our perception of distance in the vastness of space, is not absolute, it's relative. The brain, in its quest for efficiency, often latches onto the first piece of information it receives to make subsequent judgments. This cognitive shortcut is known as the anchoring effect. Once an anchor is set, it becomes the reference point against which all other options are compared, profoundly influencing what we consider to be a good deal or expensive. Retailers are masters of deploying these psychological anchors. Imagine you're shopping for a jacket. You see one prominently displayed with a price tag of $300. A little further down the rack, you spot a similar jacket, perhaps equally stylish, priced at $150. Suddenly, that $150 jacket doesn't just seem like a jacket, it feels like a bargain, a steal even. The initial $300 price, whether you consciously registered it as a potential purchase or not, has anchored your perception of what a jacket in that category cost. The $150 now shines brightly in comparison, a beacon of affordability. Stores frequently utilize this by strategically placing high-priced items near more moderately priced ones, or by highlighting a manufacturer's suggested retail price, MSRP, that's significantly higher than their selling price. Those crossed-out original prices you see during sales, classic anchoring. Was $100, now $60? The $100 becomes the anchor, making the $60 seem like a substantial saving, even if the item was rarely, if ever, sold at that initial higher price. Your brain isn't necessarily calculating the intrinsic value of the item, but rather the perceived discount relative to that initial, often inflated anchor. This isn't about tricking you with false information, though sometimes that line can be blurred, but about framing the information in a way that makes one choice seem disproportionately attractive. The first number your brain processes casts a long shadow, influencing how all subsequent numbers are interpreted. It's a subtle but powerful way to steer your financial ship towards a particular port of purchase, often without you even realizing the initial heading was set by a carefully placed numerical anchor. Chapter 4. The Decoy Nebula, the price that isn't meant to be chosen. In the grand theater of consumer choice, not every option presented is intended to be a star performer. Some are cast in a supporting role, designed specifically to make another option shine brighter. This is the fascinating world of decoy pricing, a strategy that introduces a less attractive third option to nudge you towards a specific, often more profitable, choice. It's a subtle art of misdirection, making you feel like you're making a shrewd decision, when in fact, your path has been gently guided. Ever stood at a movie theater concession stand, perplexed by the popcorn pricing? Small popcorn, $7. Medium popcorn, $8. Large popcorn, $8.50. Why would anyone buy the medium for just 50 cents less than the large? That medium popcorn, my friends, is often the decoy. It's not really there to be bought in large quantities. Its primary cosmic function is to make the large popcorn look like an incredible deal. Compared to the small, the large might seem like a big jump. But compared to the medium, the large is only 50 cents more for a significantly greater amount. The decoy effect works by exploiting our brain's tendency to make comparisons. When faced with complex choices, we simplify by focusing on options that are easily comparable. The decoy is deliberately designed to be asymmetrically dominated by the target option, meaning the target is clearly better on one attribute, like size or features, and roughly equal or only slightly worse on another, like price. This makes the target option stand out as the superior value proposition, not necessarily in an absolute sense, but relative to the unappealing decoy. This pricing strategy isn't limited to popcorn. You'll see it in software subscriptions, Basic, Pro, and a slightly less appealing Plus in between, service packages, and even restaurant menus. The decoy option subtly reframes your perception of value, making the option the seller you to choose appear to be the most rational, most beneficial, and most irresistible choice. It's a clever manipulation of context, proving that sometimes the path to a desired outcome is best illuminated by a less appealing alternative. Chapter 5. The Reciprocity Quasar. The gift that keeps on giving, your money. Deep within the social fabric of humanity, there exists a powerful, almost universal norm, reciprocity. It's the idea that if someone does something nice for you, you feel an innate obligation to do something nice for them in return. This principle is a cornerstone of cooperation and social cohesion, a kind of social gravity that binds us. And you guessed it, brands have become exceptionally adept at harnessing the energy of this reciprocity quasar, often by giving you something first, creating a subtle sense of indebtedness. Think about the free samples at the supermarket, that little cube of cheese, that tiny cup of a new flavored yogurt. They aren't just about letting you taste the product. They are, in part, an activation of the reciprocity principle. Having accepted a gift, however small, a part of your brain feels a gentle nudge, a slight social pressure to reciprocate, perhaps by buying the full-sized product. It's not a demand but a subtle, often unconscious inclination to return the favor. This extends far beyond food samples. Free trials for software, bonus gifts with a purchase, buy one, get 150% off, complimentary consultations, or even a helpful store assistant who goes the extra mile. These are all forms of gifting. Each act of giving, however small or strategically deployed, creates a tiny social debt. You're more likely to subscribe after the free trial ends, you feel better about the initial purchase because of the bonus, and you might feel more inclined to buy from the helpful assistant, even if you could find the item cheaper elsewhere. The power of reciprocity lies in its subtlety. It doesn't feel like a transaction, it feels like a social exchange. We are wired to want to be fair, to maintain balanced relationships. When a brand gives you something for free, it tips that balance, and your natural inclination is to restore it, often with your wallet. It's a powerful, almost invisible force that can transform a casual interaction into a commercial transaction, all because of our deeply ingrained desire to give back when we receive. Understanding this can help you recognize when a gift comes with unspoken cosmic strings attached. Outrow navigating the consumer cosmos, your mind, your money. So next time you're about to impulse buy that 3-in-1 air fryer, humidifier, espresso machine, pause, take a moment, a cosmic breath, and ask yourself, is this me? Or is this the subtle symphony of marketing psychology at work? These 5 principles, scarcity, social proof, anchoring, decoys, and reciprocity, are just a few of the many forces shaping your decisions in the vast retail universe. They are not inherently malevolent, they are tools, and like any tool they can be used to build or to manipulate. The goal here isn't to make you cynical about every purchase or to suggest that all marketing is a nefarious plot, far from it. Commerce in many ways fuels innovation and provides us with goods and services that genuinely enhance our lives. But the universe of consumerism is complex, and navigating it wisely requires awareness. By understanding the psychological undercurrents, the subtle nudges, and the carefully crafted illusions, you empower yourself. You move from being a passive recipient of marketing messages to an active, discerning participant in the exchange. My hope, as Habtum Desalane, is that this journey through the psychology of spending has illuminated some of the hidden mechanics of your own mind and the marketplace. The human brain is the most complex object in the known universe, capable of incredible feats of reason and creativity. By turning that incredible power inwards, by understanding our own biases and an external stimuli, we can make choices that are not just economically sound, but also truly aligned with our needs and desires. Keep looking up, and keep thinking critically.